It's Friday night, the sleepless hour. Most of the world lies in silence, but not you, not me. We are here, awake, where the veil between worlds is thin. In past nights, we have followed the thread into the fire, into snow, into light above the ridges. But tonight, the loom turns inward, into stone, into shadow, into the hidden places of the earth. The Himalayas rise, black against the sky, peaks sharp as blades, valleys deep as memory. And in their silence, stories whisper of doors, not doors of wood or iron, but doors of living rock, sealed with mantra, bound with time, waiting for the world to break before they open. The elders call them beyuls, hidden valleys, sanctuaries of abundance, safe from fire and flood. They say Padmasambhava himself wove the seals, so that in the last days, when the outer world collapses, a few might enter and be spared. But to hear these stories is to feel unease, because doors do not open without reason, and not all who go seeking them return. So take your place at the loom. The thread is before you. If you have tea, sip it now. If you have your teddy bear, hold it close. You will need it, for tonight the story leads us towards the mountain's heart, where the stone itself is alive. They call them beyuls, hidden valleys. In the 18th century, the great master, Padmasambhava, the one who carried Buddhism across the mountains, is said to have sealed them with mantras, doors of stone, invisible until the hour of need. The purpose was clear. When the outer world collapses, when fire sweeps the plains, when rivers dry, when the sky itself turns against mankind, these valleys will open, refuges of abundance, sanctuaries where only the chosen may endure. The descriptions are uncanny, almost dreamlike. Inside, the air is said to be eternal spring, no frost, no famine. Rivers run with healing water. Fields yield crops without labor. Animals graze in peace. People grow old without sickness. No need, no fear, only the quiet rhythm of life preserved. But even in promise, there is warning. The valleys do not open for all. They shimmer into being only for the pure of heart, or the desperate who stumble upon them at the appointed hour. To force entry is to be turned back. Some say by storms, others by visions that unravel the mind. Legends coil through Nepal like hidden rivers. In the Yolmo Valley, north of Kathmandu, villagers whisper of cliffs that open like curtains. Sometimes the landscape itself wavers, as though a veil of light hinges across the ridge. Those who see it are struck silent, their hair rising, their heart pounding. Only the pure may pass, and even then, only if the valley wills it. Further east lies Khembalung, at the foot of Makalo, a bayou bound to water and fire. Monks say its doors will open only when the river boils and the snow melts into flood. Inside lies not escape, but balance, a place where the world resets. Some fear it, as if the act of entering might demand surrender, not survival. And in Mustang, the stories take darker shape. There, the cliffs are carved with thousands of caves, honeycombs of silence. Some natural, some dug by human hands long ago. Travelers speak of doorways that are not doorways, carvings in the rock that do not lead anywhere, yet pulse with unease. They say the doors are sealed by stone, invisible sutures holding back what waits beyond. Sometimes, in the blue light before dawn, a traveler will see an opening where the cliff was whole. By the time others arrive, it has vanished, leaving only shadow. The beyuls are said to be both promise and judgment, a refuge for the worthy, a snare for the unready. Padmasambhava warned, only those who carry faith, compassion, and truth may enter. The rest will find only mountain and stone. Legends stir the imagination. But what of those who want to find the hidden valleys? What of those who sought Shangri-La, not a dream, but as destination? In the 20th century, explorers crossed into Nepal and Tibet with maps half finished and hearts hungry for the impossible. They had read the tales and heard the whispers of Padmasambhava, his sanctuaries, and believed. Some returned empty-handed, gaunt and broken. They say the valleys were mirage, that cliffs dissolved before their eyes, that trails ended where they had begun. Others never returned at all. Villagers tell of a different vanishing. During years of famine, when harvests failed and yaks starved in their pens, whole families disappeared. Doors left open, fires still smoldering in their hearths, bowls of rice untouched on the floor. The elders would nod. They entered the beyul, they said. The valleys had chosen them. The mountain had swallowed them whole. Mountaineers too speak of strange disorientations. On ridges where no snow should fall, they saw what looked like paths, switchbacks carved into cliffs, clear as if walking for centuries. They followed. The air thickened, their hearts quickened, and just as they neared, the trail shifted. Stone flowed like water, sealing itself shut, leaving them stranded before a blank wall. Some laughed it off as fatigue, altitude sickness. Others spoke of it in whispers, afraid to name what they had seen. And then there were whispers from the age of Cold War. In the 1960s and 70s, when the Himalayas lay caught between superpowers, both the CIA and the Indian Army mapped valleys with precision, or tried to. Soldiers reported entire regions where compasses spun, where valleys glimpsed from the air did not appear on maps. Files emerged later, blurred photographs of ridges that did not align, coordinates that led nowhere. Some say it was bad instruments. Others say it was the beyuls themselves, hidden even from satellites, revealed only to those the mantra allowed. These accounts weave together like broken threads. The explorer who sees the valley but cannot enter, the villager who vanishes in famine, leaving everything behind in absence, The soldier who stares at a blank map, certain the valley lies just beyond. Are they hallucinations? Accidents? Or are they glimpses of a truth that waits beyond stone, sanctuaries that appear only when the world itself bends? To speak of them is to invite unease, because these doors are real. They are not merely escape, they are judgment. They open only for some, and for others they remain sealed forever. The forbidden knowledge thread. The Himalayas do not guard only stone, they also guard scripture. In the 8th century, Padmasambhava, the tantric master who carried Buddhism into Tibet, is said to have sealed away the texts, hidden treasures not of gold, but of words, prophecies, guidebooks, instructions for those who would someday find the hidden valleys. The Terma are buried in mountain cliffs, tucked in walls of caves, pressed into the roots of trees. Some appear in visions, revealed to those in dreams and walking trances. Others lie in caves of Mustang, painted with smoke and age, written in riddles no scholar has yet unraveled. One fragment describes an entrance as the mouth of a lion that drinks a river. Others speak of a door that opens only when no shadow falls. They do not map, they warn, and whispers travel through the monasteries even now, that the beyul doors are stirring, that the cliffs shimmer more often, that light has been seen above waterfalls at night, as the world tilts on fire, flood and collapse. Some believe the sanctuaries are preparing to open. But the warnings are clear. The beyuls are not meant for all. They are not escape for the selfish, nor prize for the curious. To enter, one must surrender to self. The seeker must walk without grasping, without fear, without claim. To carry pride into the threshold would be to be cast out, or worse, to vanish. And so, the texts do not say where to look, but how to arrive. They are less map, more mirror. The true door lies not in the cliff or the valley, but in the heart that has emptied itself. Still, there are those who search the caves with lanterns, who press their hands against stone walls, hoping to feel a tremor. There are those who read the texts, not as prophecy, but as a puzzle to be solved. They forget the last whisper written in the margins of the once fragile scroll. The valley is not place, it is passage. To enter it is to lose yourself. To remain is to never have sought. Imagine yourself before a cliff face in the high Himalayas. The rock is sheer, cold to the touch, but as your eyes adjust to see it, faint lines, mantras etch deep into the stone, and there, almost imperceptible, the outline of a door. You lean close. The surface seems to shimmer, as if lit from within, just enough to make you wonder. If you reach out, would your hand press through? And so, I ask you, if the rock opened tonight, if the valley of light beckoned beyond, would you step through? Would you leave this world behind, or turn away, knowing you were not ready? The thread between worlds is never far, but for now, you are here, and you are safe. Cozy up with your tea, hold your teddy bear close. You will need every bit of comfort in the sleepless hour. This has been Loom, Whispers at Midnight, produced by the Nyampali House, keepers of story, spirit, and shadow.